Welcome to English Podcasts. Relax and enjoy your listening practice.
Imagine this. Inside your body, right now, while you are sitting, breathing, maybe listening to this story, trillions of tiny chemical reactions are happening every second. Cells are breaking molecules apart, building new structures, sending signals, repairing damage, and quietly burning energy just to keep you alive. This invisible engine has a name: metabolism. For most of our lives, we hear a very simple explanation about it. Some people, we are told, have a fast metabolism. Others have a slow one. And this difference, people believe, explains almost everything about body weight. Why some people seem to eat anything and never gain weight. Why others struggle even when they try hard. It sounds logical. It feels true. But what most people don't know is that science has been slowly uncovering a very different story. And the truth is far more surprising than the myth. For many years, scientists tried to answer one simple question: how fast does the human body really burn energy during life? But measuring metabolism is not easy. You cannot simply look inside the body and watch calories being used. So researchers turned to a method that seems almost strange. They asked thousands of people, from newborn babies to people in their 90s, to drink water that contained special harmless markers. These markers moved through the body and allowed scientists to track how quickly energy was being used. It took years of work and data from people across many different countries, thousands of bodies, thousands of measurements, millions of biological signals. And when the results finally appeared, they revealed something that almost nobody expected. The fastest metabolism in human life does not belong to athletes. It does not belong to teenagers. It belongs to babies. In the first year of life, an infant's metabolism works at an incredible speed. Relative to body size, babies burn energy about 50% faster than adults. Their tiny bodies are running one of the most intense biological programs in nature, building organs, wiring billions of brain connections, and growing faster than at any other moment of life. Everything inside them is accelerating. But this explosive pace does not last forever. As children grow, metabolism slowly begins to change. Year after year, the speed of this internal engine gently declines. It is not dramatic, and it doesn't happen overnight, but gradually the body begins to settle into a new rhythm. And then something unexpected happens. Around the age of 20, the changes almost stop. For decades, through our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, and even into our 50s, metabolism remains remarkably stable. The internal engine that powers the body continues to run at almost the same speed year after year. This is where the real story begins, because for a long time, many people believed that weight gain in adulthood happens because metabolism suddenly slows down. It's a comforting explanation, and it allows us to blame an invisible biological force. But the data tells another story. The engine inside us is not collapsing in our 30s. It's not suddenly failing in our 40s. In most healthy adults, metabolism is working almost exactly the same as it did years earlier, which means something else must be happening. Changes in activity, changes in muscle, changes in lifestyle, sleep, stress, and the way modern life shapes our habits. Small differences, repeated every day, quietly shifting the balance of energy inside the body. For decades, the blame was placed on metabolism, but in reality, metabolism was often doing exactly what it always did. And then, much later in life, another shift appears. After the age of 60, the body begins a new phase. Slowly, almost gently, metabolism starts to decrease again. Not dramatically, not suddenly, but gradually, year by year, as the cells of the body begin to slow their pace. The engine that carried us through childhood, adulthood, and middle age finally begins to ease. By the time people reach their 90s, their bodies may need significantly fewer calories than before. The change is not a failure of the system, but part of a long biological journey written into ourselves from the very beginning. And when you look at the full picture, the story becomes clear. Metabolism is not the unpredictable enemy many people imagine. It is a powerful, stable system that supports the human body through most of life with remarkable consistency. For decades, it works quietly in the background, steady and reliable, powering every thought, every step, every heartbeat. The real surprise is not how fast metabolism runs. The real surprise is how little it changes. And sometimes the greatest discoveries in science are not about finding something new. Sometimes they're about realizing that the story we believed for years was never the real one.